Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Argos Anonymous. We're going to downshift a little bit for today and just do a PSA return and talk about what we're grading and why we're grading it and what's going on. I have two fun little boxes today. So this is a box that I actually graded for my friend and patron, fantastic member of the MetaFam, Mr. Nate the Great, man, myth, legend. This isn't something that I always do, grading things for other people. In fact, I don't advertise it, and I don't like charge for it. It's not a service that I provide, but every now and then I'll do that. Nate's been around for a long time, so this is kind of cool. I was able to assist Nate in getting some nice PSA graded cards for him, and those are in this box. And then in order to get the bulk pricing with PSA, I had to send in 25 cards because we were shooting for that like cheap price. I think at the time it was $20 or sorry, $22 per card, which is cheaper than PSA has been a long time. And yeah, I had to send in 25, so I'll be honest, I stretched a little bit in finding 25, which is not something I normally like to do. I like to only send in the cards that I think can get 10s. But in this case, I searched out some gamblers and some sentimentals. So let's do Nate's cards first. So Nate sent in a medley of Kickstarter, and PSA has come down so much in price, which is really cool because if you're a grading person, you'll know that for the last couple of years, PSA has been kind of killing us with pricing. I mean, I guess they did it to slow down volumes, or maybe they just did it to make as much money as possible during the stimulus phase. I don't know which one, but they were charging hundreds of dollars to grade any card. The cheapest service was like $150 for a while. If you wanted it back anytime soon, you're paying like $300. It was insane. And now they've dropped all the way back down to a crisp $22 or even $15. I think right now they're running a sale. It's $15 per card. So what that does is it opens up the possibility of grading some stuff that we've been holding off on, like some lower value Kickstarter or even some first edition cards. So Nate sent in a nice little medley of Kickstarter. So this will be the first time that Nate is being able to see these cards on video. So Nate, super happy to share these with you, man. Let's see what you got. We got a Kickstarter full holo Jersey Devil PSA 9. Beautiful card there. Art by Victor Larson, a prior MetaZoo artist. So that is an awesome start, dude. Congrats. We're gonna put that in the most reflective spot that I can find, right? All right, then let's move into this one, see what we can find. We've got PSA 9 Kickstarter MetaZoo Tiz Haruk. I know these Kickstarter cards, when you have a full holo card like this for Kickstarter, you're talking about a population printed, not the PSA 9 pop, but just the number that were printed originally in the Kickstarter set is about 864, maybe 872, something like that. Hey, PSA 10 Gem Mint Jersey Devil Reverse Holo. Nate must have picked this one out because even though it's an RH, he must have thought that is a darn just beautiful RH, and so that's why he sent it in. Turns out, Nate, you were right. You got yourself a beautiful PSA 10. Yeah, so when you're looking at a pop that low on an original base set, it's kind of crazy, right? I mean, those are lower populations than Alpha Magic, although people would say a lot of Alpha cards were probably lost in the sauce. PSA 10 Kickstarter full holo Stinkhole Sam. Stinkhole Sam, one of the favorite cryptids of Mr. Steve Aoki. Anyway, for a long time here, prices were hyped up. And so it cost a lot of money to grade Kickstarter, but the truth is now the prices have come down so much that you can get these things graded and you're paying $15-20. Beautiful PSA 10 Kickstarter Cryptonation base set, first edition 2021, Mr. Sam Sinclair. That is a huge win for you, Nate. I'm happy for you, Nate. This is a good one, man. We're gonna put this in the king seat. Not that I don't like these other things you're getting, but that Sam is just a beautiful card. All right, let's see what else we got coming up for you. Yeah, this was nice. But hey, another. So doubled up on the PSA 10 Stinkhole Sam. Steve Aoki would be so proud. So proud of you, Nate. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that. So what does that mean for card populations and values? Well, I guess if we're seeing more of these graded, we might see more of them hitting secondary markets, or maybe it's just a good time to fill out your collection of Kickstarter now that the prices come down so much. It's probably going to be down for a while too, so you'll have plenty of time to fine-tune your collections and fill the spots that are missing and Probably grade for cheap. I don't think PSA is going to be charging $300 to grade anytime soon. That age is probably over for a very, very long time. PSA 10 reverse hollow Kickstarter first edition Walking Sam, Nate. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Nicely done. So it looks like you're sitting on what? You've got 3 9s so far, and you've got 5 10s. So that is so far that's a really nice little ratio working for you. This was a Wendigo. I think we pulled this on a live stream. A really beautiful Wendigo. So both of us were actually surprised that it got a 9 instead of a 10. You know, PSA must have, I don't know, must have found something. Maybe it has like a little divot or something. You know, sometimes they look at these things with magnifying glass, right? And they look for like little tiny indents or divots or dents in the cards. And sometimes MetaZoo cards actually have that. A little tiny thing, maybe on the back, you know, and maybe it's enough for PSA to ding it. They're big on surface, big on corners, you know. Oh, this is the other general. Beautiful PSA 10 Kickstarter first edition base set, Cryptid Nation Quetzalcoatlus. This is a treasure, man. Look at that. This and the Sam. Personally, Nate, I think you made it like a bandit on these. Very, very nice job. Glad I could help you get these to add to your collection or whatever you're going to do with them. This is really, really a great time to grade Kickstarter. So anyway, some beautiful, beautiful Kickstarter cards for Nate. Nate, we got you 6 PSA 10s, and then we got you a nice little medley, which we got you 4 PSA 9s. So that is a beautiful spread. Congratulations, dude. All right, on to the next box. So box number 2 is a little strange. It's a little weird. It's a bizarre mix of things, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's just like go through these and kind of talk through what the heck I was thinking, if anything at all, when I picked to send these to PSA. Let's see what we have first here. Oh yeah, the cactus cat. All right, so this is a cool. So I only got an 8 on this, and I didn't care because this is a full hollow player stamped Caster's Cup from the original first National MetaZoo tournament. The Caster's Cup and the Cactus Cat, which is kind of like, you know, it's like my personal meme on this channel. So yeah, my spirit animal. So Cactus Cat number 6 from the from the Caster's Cup set. So there's not very many of these. You know, the full hollow population of these Caster's Cup cards is really, really, really low. The staff ones are the creme de la creme, but a player full hollow is a close second, and then the non-stamped, like the generic full hollow, is just beautiful as well. So really, really nice to have that, even though it's an 8, you know, and it's got some white here and there. It's got some stuff going on, but the bottom line is I only have one of them. I'm probably never going to get another one. So, and he's just a legend. He's my spirit animal. So we got to keep that Cactus Cat in a slab, in a beautiful PSA slab. Let's see what's next. All right. Oh yeah. This one hit, actually. This one I was hoping to get better than an 8. Sometimes it surprises you, you know? I swear, I mean, you can look at everything you want. You check the corners, check the surface, check the centering, and you think you have a shot, and then PSA comes back and slaps you around the side of the head and gives you an 8, and that, you know, it happens sometimes. So anyway, there's my unscratched PSA 8 MetaZoo Revive Cryptid Nation Sam Sinclair. Tragic. But hey, you know, it's probably worth more raw. So, you know, I could leave it in this slab, or maybe I'll just open it up and then scratch it and get the board. Maybe I'll do that. That could be fun. Then you can sell the board too if you don't like it, if you run out of space for boards. All right, we got another one here. So we have PSA 9 unscratched Sam Sinclair. You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I thought I was going to get 10s on these, or at least I think that, you know, they had a shot of it. So the deal with these is these Revive Cryptid Nation base set cards are really low print run, right? Gosh, I forget offhand. It's 66. And then it jumps to 132. So there's 100, I think there's 132 of these unscratched Sam Sinclairs, right? And then you double it if you count the scratched, or if you count the unredeemable version versus the redeemable version. So there's like an equal amount of those. So there's 132 of these, 132 of the non-redeemable version as well. So bottom line is they're really low pop. These Revive like board cards, really, really low pop. So I figured if I had a shot at getting in at 10, then it was worth trying to take that shot. And I think this is beautiful. And this is what I went for again. Beautiful PSA 10 Gem Mint Revive Hodag unredeemed, unscratched, beautiful card. Again, the Hodag now is one of the commons. So I think this card has a... I think they printed about 264 of this unscratched card, which is still really low pop. And then there's going to be about the same number that are going to be the non-redeemable Hodag. So that's cool. So we went for the 10 and we got lucky and we got that 10 for the Hodag, for Mr. Hodag, even though we got 9s on the Sams. Okay, we're into the Moths now. Cool. PSA 10. This is a Dimac 2021 Dimac blind box Mothman. So why did I grade this Mothman? So let's talk about it. So I graded the Cactus Cat for sentimental value because he's my spirit animal. I graded Revive because the unscratched Revive are going to be the lowest population of Revive because a lot of people are scratching them, right, to get the boards, right? And so over time you're diminishing the unscratched population in theory, or at least up front. You like carve a bunch out of it. So I figured if you can get a 10 in that, it's going to be just a really rare, like special card. So why am I grading these Moths? And that is the Moth Winged Attack, right? So the Winged Attack Moth is the original Moth. It is the base set, first edition, Kickstarter, second edition sample card Moth. And it only comes in 7 different varieties, and it is on the reserve list, so there will never be an 8th. So when I think I have a PSA 10 Winged Attack Moth, I grade it. And one of those 7 variants is this Dimac 2021 collaboration that they did. I think you can still buy the Dimac t-shirts. Anyway, this is one of the random cards you can pull from that Dimac collab. So pretty cool. Nice to have that in a 10. We'll take it. And then next up we have another winged. So this is the Pin Club, the original MetaZoo Pin Club collaboration. Beautiful. PSA 10. Cryptonation MetaZoo Pin Club Mothman Full Hollow Blind Box. Again, this is a Winged Attack Moth. So doesn't really matter what kind of Winged Attack. If I think I have a 10, then I shoot for the 10. I shoot for the 10. This one, okay, this one, I confess, it's not Winged Attack, but I just love Metapoo. I love Magicast. And again, I thought I could get a 10 on this, so I just shot that in. Got myself a PSA 10 Magicast MetaZoo Metapoo Feathered Assault Moth to add to the Moth Horde. So that's fun. I don't think, though, I did check the grades on these before they came back. I glanced at them, and I remember, yeah, there we are. So they're not always going to be 10. You know, this one, I guarantee, I thought this one had a great shot at 10. I sent it in, and that's PSA. You know, sometimes you get your 10. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they hit pretty hard. They throw you an 8. And sometimes they're really generous. They give you all 10s, and I don't know. In theory, there's a whole lot of method to that madness, but sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what went into it. So suffice to say, this one was a 9, and his brother was a 10. And if you asked, if you wanted me to tell you why, I don't know that I could. I'll have to really pick these over. You know, maybe there's a really subtle transition line on this one that, like a hollow sheet transition line that I couldn't see. Something like that, or some kind of subtle surface scratch, you know, or again some kind of like little indent. Like maybe I need to go over these with a fine-tooth comb, look at these with a magnifying glass in order to figure out what's going on. All right, let's see what else we got here. Pizza Burr. Oh yeah, let's talk about first edition. Okay, so I haven't been grading first edition for a long time because I didn't think it was worth it, because there's over 9,000 of each of these first edition full hollow golds, which is in MetaZoo terms that's high, right? Because if you look at Metapoo Moth, there's probably like 2,000 something of these, and the Dimacs, I don't know, several hundred, 600, 700, I don't know, 300, whatever it is, right? And then the Pin Club one, there's probably like 10,000 of those, right? So there's quite a few. And then Revive, we talked about what, 126, 204, smaller numbers compared to 9,000 for Cryptonation First Edition. So am I going to go spend $100 to grade a card with a pop 9,000 in MetaZoo in 2022? Absolutely not. No, I wasn't willing to do it. So I've been waiting. And now that you have the values of these have dropped enough that you can send them in for bulk grading for PSA, pretty much. So like you can take your beautiful stack of Cryptonation First Edition hollows. They're beautiful cards. I love these cards. Beautiful, beautiful First Edition hollows. I absolutely love them. Now you can take your those cards, you can send them in for bulk grading with PSA for like $15 per card now. It's like the olden days. And then it takes I think it takes 4 months to get back is what they estimate right now. So that is a beautiful, beautiful PSA 10 pizza bird. Let's see what else we get. Oh, I wish you were a 10. But a 9 is still acceptable for a wonderful Loveland Frogman first edition base set. Again, beautiful frog. Was hoping for a 10 on that. It's a little off center, top to bottom. That probably didn't help me. It's got, see that big fat lip at the bottom. And it's a little off left to right as well. Maybe I was shooting for the moon, hoping the PSA would give me a 10 on this. Well, they didn't. They caught me. All right, let's see what else we got here. I think this is probably all first edition. Oh, again with it. So growth is one of the most powerful cards in MetaZoo. You pay 2, and you draw 5 cards with no downside. It's completely insane, totally insane card. It's like an ancestral recall on steroids. Basically, it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. Costs slightly more, but you draw 5 cards. Totally insane. So I like to. I've been hanging on to a lot of growths. I've got a binder full of growths, and I don't know why. I think I just needed more cards to submit to get the bulk rate, basically. And so I probably just like reached for a growth and added it in. That's kind of how this went. Oh, the Kickstarter Ghost Train. PSA 9, beautiful full hollow Kickstarter Ghost Train. We'll take it. We accept the PSA 9. It's beautiful. I gotta be honest though, I was really hoping for a 10. I have had a heck of a time getting a Ghost Train to grade a 10. I've sent in Ghost Train after Ghost Train after Ghost Train for Kickstarter, and I get 9 after 9 after 9. I can't seem to get a Kickstarter 10 Ghost Train to save my life, so I guess we'll add this to the pile of non-life-saving Ghost Trains, although it is quite beautiful. PSA 10. Gem Mint, Bay the Blue Ox. Victor Larson artwork there. Beautiful, beautiful first edition card once again. Now's the time, ladies and gentlemen, friends and fellows. If you had a bunch of first edition cards, you want to send them in for super cheap, you can send them into PSA for $15. I think you do have to join their little club. PSA 10, beautiful full hollow Bigfoot. Awesome. Love to see it. All right, what's our last one? And PSA 10, Kryptonation first edition box topper. I love the Spirit poncho artwork on this box topper. Love it. And this was in beautiful condition. And I needed to get to 25 cards. So I was like reaching for cards. So I was like, well, let's send in some first edition. Let's send in this box topper. Let's get this, put this Cactus Cat in carbonite and call it a day. Find some moths. Take a risk on some Ghost Trains. Were pretty good. So what did we end up with? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 9 PSA 10s. And then we got 6 PSA. Wait, no, wasn't one of them an 8? 5 9s and then an 8. A rogue 8 snuck in there. And that's it. So I'd love to hear what you think about the prices for grading. Is it finally something you can do as a hobby? I wouldn't say there's maybe not a huge value proposition right now because the market for everything everywhere is horrible. But now the PSA is looking good again. I wonder what's going to happen to some of these other companies that have started to make their name by offering cheap grading. And then now all of a sudden PSA comes back and has cheap grading again. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Like, I think PSA right now, I can grade at PSA now cheaper than I can grade at some of the new startups. You know, like if it's $30 at a brand new thing and $15 at PSA, like where am I going to go? Like I'm probably going to go to PSA. So anyway, friends and fellows, that's all I got. Not even going to jump on camera. I'm going to hide. You don't get to see my face, which is fine. Hope you have a fantastic week. That's all I have for now. This is Argos, signing out.